Welcome to Made by Monica. Today I have got 3 beach DIYs for you. Yep, we're going to the beach via Dollar Tree. Can't beat that, huh? All right, so this first DIY, you can see I've already started. We are taking some crates. Now, what I used was I used one of the crates with the spaces in the middle. And then you can see there I've got 2 of the crates with the handles on the side. And then that picture frame there, that's a sneak preview to the next DIY. So, yeah, so this first crate with the spaces, we just want to go ahead and get that all painted white. So just remember to get, in those crevices and everything. Sometimes it takes a while to paint a crate, which is crazy, but yeah, all those little tiny spaces and then inside and the corners and everything. So it can take a little bit to get this done, but totally worth it, totally worth it. It just looks like a beach crate when you're done with it. So we're going to do this one white, and then we're going to do a new technique that I'm going to show you. Well, I don't know, it's probably not new to you, but we're going to do a wet on wet technique with the other 2 more solid crates. But this one we're just going to do white. So what I did is I went ahead and put a little bit of white on that crate, on the next crate. And then I'm using Pool. It is a color by Waverly. It's a chalk paint, and it just mixes in so well with that white. So you're going to get this really, really cool like tie-dye effect with the white and the blue. So like I said, I had painted this side white already with the Waverly white chalk paint, and then I took the blue and kind of mixed it in. Kind of painted over the top of it, kind of, just kind of maybe dry brush through to bring some of that white to the surface as well. So I'll show you a little bit more on the top, how that goes. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of white paint on the top of that crate. And it's okay. You can go a little bit heavy on that because it's going to go ahead and mix in pretty good. So go ahead and, get a little bit of heavy white on that. And then I'll show you, then we'll put the blue on top of that. And it is going to give you this really cool, like I said, kind of tie-dye effect. You've got the white, coming through, and you get the blue then to kind of go to the background. And so this effect that you get is just really cool, really beachy. Yes, it's a word. It is in my vocabulary right now. So I don't know. Are you guys loving the beach stuff that the Dollar Tree has out right now? I'm hoping you guys can find it at your Dollar Tree. I was able to snag it at one of my Dollar Trees. And so we're going to put this all together here in a little bit, and I'll show you how our 3 DIYs come together, and a little bit of those beach accessories from the Dollar Tree. So I'll show you again on the side here kind of quickly how that goes together. A little bit of white paint on the bottom, a little bit of blue paint on the top, and just swirl it in, however you like it. But you get that really nice beachy tie-dye effect. So same thing, you're going to want to do it all on the sides. And like I said, it takes a little bit. This one didn't quite take as long because you don't have those spaces in the middle that you have to get the paintbrush and stuff down in. So it actually went a little bit better. So after you get both of those painted in the pool, the blue, then we're going to go ahead and put the twine on the handles. So just grab a little bit of hot glue in there, and you do not have to hot glue this all the way around. So I just glued the beginning of it, and then we are going to wind this twine. Ooh, that made a funny. We're going to wind the twine. Okay, well, it's wind, but anyway, go ahead and wind your twine all the way around this handle here. And it's going to kind of angle at the beginning, and then as you get to the middle, then you're going to want to straighten that up. But make sure that you're winding it up, pretty tight. Keep those space is pretty tight. You don't want any of that blue crate, you know, showing through. You want it to look like a nice solid jute handle. So just keep, you know, running that through real tight. Now, like I said, I didn't run any other hot glue through there. I just did the beginning and the end. But if you feel like that you can't hold it real tight, you know, go ahead and slip a glue in the middle there. And it'll hold it down for you. So, but you should be able to do it. No problem. No problem. So just go ahead and cut that off. And how cutie patootie is that? So then you've got twine handles, and do your second one just like that. And then we've got our crates all together. So what I'm going to do this white one is, I really didn't like how like bright white it was, because, you know, we're at the beach, things are windy, and, you know, the dirt's going to kind of fly around in the sand and everything. So I went ahead and kind of just dry brushed mine with this antique Waverly wax. So you can do this if you want to, but totally feel free to leave yours bright white if you want to. I just thought that this kind of gave it, you know, a little bit of character, a little bit of look like I've been around for a while kind of crate. Look like I've been carrying some seashells or some flip-flops or something around. So anyway, I just went ahead and dry brushed it. So you're going to want to dry brush mainly your edges. So I did the corners and the top bottom edges. And then in the center, I just kind of, you know, put, you know, a little bit of just light dry brushing in that center there. So like I said, I tried to stay mainly towards the edges and just gave it a good dry brushing. So like I said, it just adds, I think, a little bit of character to it. I went ahead and did the bottom too, because I wasn't sure how I was going to arrange these crates together. Sometimes, you know, you flip them over and things too. So I just wanted to make sure that I got, you know, all of it, inside, outside, bottom, that kind of thing, so that it all kind of looked cohesive. So, but I really, really liked how this came out. So, like I said, go ahead and leave yours white. If you don't want it white, you can take a baby wipe and kind of, you know, get a little bit of that off if it's a little much for you. But I like it. I think it came out just really, really super cute for me. Super cute. So that's how I'm going to leave those. And that's how they turned out. Super, super cute. DIY number 1 done. So we are going to add some of those little miniatures in there later that you'll see. And I think that came together just really, really cute. I really like the distressing on that white one. Okay, so DIY number 2 is going to be that picture frame that I hauled for you guys. We are going to go ahead and paint this thing white. So just go ahead and get the center out, and we're just going to paint this thing white. I really thought that maybe because it had a lot of glitter and everything on it that I might have to sand it, and I decided last minute not to. So I thought, you know what, it may end up giving it a little bit of texture, which I kind of thought, well, you know, that might look kind of cute. So actually I just went for it, and I just went ahead and got my white Waverly chalk paint out, and just started doing the inside of that. This one too, like the crates, oh my golly, you got to do the top, and you got to do the inside, and you got to do around the frame. So just make sure you get, you know, all those little hidden areas that maybe you don't think about. So I just wanted this all to look really white and painted. So wanted my little seashells to pop off of there. So I think, now let's see, I think I ended up giving this, let's see, well, that would be the second coat. And then I got impatient and got my heat gun out and went ahead and dried that second coat so I could put that third coat on. I mean, you can see it still definitely needed another coat. So I went ahead and gave it a nice third coat there. And I think that really helped a lot, you know, kind of cover all that up that was on the bottom there, or not on the bottom, but all the way around it, actually, all that glitter stuff. So there it is, cutie patootie. Now I went ahead and picked up these shells from Dollar Tree, and we're going to put some of those around the frame. I cut out Punta Cana from my Cricut machine, and I'll kind of show you how to weave that and everything. because I picked up the transfer tape from Dollar Tree. So I really, really wanted to try that. So all you do is you cut that out on your Cricut machine in vinyl, and we are going to weed out the extra pieces that are not needed. And then, like I said, I really wanted to try out this transfer tape from Dollar Tree to see how it worked. So, and huge thumbs up. I really, really liked it. I thought it did a really good job. Now, it does have a little bit of like static cling in it, and so you kind of have to be careful when you put that on, because once you put it over the top of it, it kind of sucks it up into it. So you kind of have to be careful with it. So anyway, we're just taking that backing off, and then we're going to add that to the bottom of our picture frame. Now that was the area that we went to. It was in the Dominican Republic, and we went to the area called Punta Cana. Now for the top of that frame, I used the word adventure from this pack that I got from Dollar Tree. These are rub-ons, and so they come in, well, you can get them in individual letters, or you can get them in words like this. And so I went ahead and picked up this pack and then just cut the word adventure out of it. And so all you do is the same concept. So you just want to put it on your project, and then you're going to rub it on. So you're trying to rub it so that the words stay onto your project, and then the clear transfer tape just comes up. So that worked out awesome. Now here I'm working with a raffia bow. I wanted to get a raffia bow on there, and I'm just kind of dry fitting here to see how I want that done. And then I just went ahead and hot glued a couple of those seashells from that pack on there, and then hot glued this cute little raffia bow onto the corner of it. And I thought it really worked in with that beach theme. So then I just went ahead and printed out a picture. Lopasan was the hotel that we stayed at in Punta Cana. And so they have a cute sign on the beach that says Lopasan. So my husband and I got behind it, took a picture of it. And that is the picture that I wanted in my picture frame. So cute, you guys. This turned out so stinking adorable. So adorable. Okay, so DIY number 2 added to the collection. Our beach theme is coming together here. So we've got our crates over there that just turned out super, super cute, and we added the picture frame, and now we are on to DIY number 3. So this is going to be, what do you call it, like a life buoy? You know, one of those things you throw overboard to kind of save somebody's life type of thing. Okay, this wouldn't save anybody's life, but you know. All right, so grab one of those foam wreaths from Dollar Tree. And what I did is I just put marks on it. And so I don't know if you can see the seam down there by my thumb, but I wanted to incorporate the seam so that it would not be seen. So I went ahead and made my markings off of that. So I made it a side seam so that it was part of the blue part. And then I went ahead and measured around so that my sections were pretty even. I needed the 2 blue sections to be even, but I needed the white sections to be a little bit wider. And I'll show you that here in just a minute, because we're going to put Welcome Abroad on it. So I needed the white sections to be just slightly larger than the blue ones. So now I did not put tape on here. I just went for it because I figured that the spaces where the white and blue were going to match up, we were going to cover in the, not the jute twine, the rope there. And so I just didn't bother to put tape on it. You can tape yours if you want to, if you're, you know, OCD and need, you know, those spacings to be perfect and everything. You know, feel free, please go ahead and put the tape on there, and then you're just going to paint your sections. So be real careful with that heat gun though, because it can really melt that foam. So it's just me. I just got impatient and I wanted to get the white sections all painted up. So I just went ahead and got my heat gun out, and like I said, I was just real careful. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't melt that styrofoam. So just be careful, or be patient and let it dry. You know, up to you. So these are those white sections. And so like I said, I wasn't real concerned about where they meet up, because we are going to be putting that roping on those areas. So it's not even going to show. So you guys don't even worry about that. Now the white, that green was coming through. So I did end up, drying that with the heat gun, like I said, very carefully. And then, adding a second coat on there. And, kind of as it was drying, I kind of put a third one on too. So, up to you how much of that green you want showing through. I really wanted it to be like white. So I went ahead and painted it to death until there was none of that green showing through. So, but you do it however you like it. So there we are. We got our blue sections. We have our white sections. And now we're going to use this jute twine that the Dollar Tree started carrying. It's wired jute, and I don't think I've used it on any other project. And I thought this would be a great project to get that out and to use that with. So you're going to go ahead and just hot glue one of the, or the starting point there. So just pick a section and, put a little bit of hot glue in there. And then because it's wired jute, it stands up there like that on its own. And, you don't have to worry about it, falling down or adding wire to it or anything. So just go ahead and you want to hot glue those then to each section so that you have a small loop, sticking out like that. And then we're going to put the rope then, the nautical rope, around those seams. So this hot glue and stuff, go ahead and hot glue it to death because you're not even going to see it. We're gonna be wrapping that nautical rope around it, and you are not even going to see it. So that wired jute can get heavy. So make sure that you've got enough hot glue on there that's going to hold. So now we're going to go ahead and take our nautical rope, and you'll see I only use less than one of those from Dollar Tree. So now Dollar Tree has kind of thicker ones and thinner ones. They also have the white as well, which I think would be super cute on this too. So, if you just happen to have a white nautical rope in your stash, go ahead and try that too. I think that would look just absolutely adorable. So we're just going to go ahead and wrap this then around the seams. And I think I did 4 times. Yeah, and then I didn't glue in between. I just glued at the beginning there, and then I just went ahead and wrapped it about 4 times around each section. Now you want to go ahead and make sure that your cuts and your hot glue are all on the back because you don't want to see any of that from the front. So just make sure that as you're wrapping, you're cutting it off in the back where you started. So that way your starting and ending points are on the back. And that little silicone spatula I got at Dollar Tree in the beauty section. And that really helps your fingers from coming through that hot glue. So if you don't like burnt fingers, go ahead and pick yourself up one of those silicone spatulas from the beauty department. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap then each of those sections. And then just like on the other one, the crate, you just want to make sure that you wrap them, kind of tight. Make sure you've got your glue in there, that it's going to hold those. And like I said, you're just going to cover up those sections, which again is why I did not put the painter's tape on there, because it didn't really matter what the lines look like. So you're just going to end up wrapping that rope around there anyway. So just go ahead and keep wrapping all of those sections. And like I said, just keep looking back to make sure which is your back and which is your front, because you want to make sure that all those beginning sections and all those ending sections are all on the back so that your front looks really nice and crisp, and you don't have any hot glue showing or any of those ends showing. So this is the last one, and we are going to go ahead and wrap it 4 times around and cut it off at the back there. And like I said, feel free to put glue in the middle if you want to, if you're having a hard time getting that wrapped around without it coming apart. So, and there we go. We have got all of our 4 sections wrapped. So now we're going to add the words welcome abroad. Welcome aboard. Anyway, it's been a long day. Okay. So we're adding the words welcome aboard. to our little life buoy here. And I went ahead and just cut those off of my Cricut machine, and then I'm using the transfer tape that I picked up at Dollar Tree here. And you know what, you guys, sometimes it works, sometimes you have to work it. So it took me a little bit to get this off and get it on there. I think probably because the paint was still slightly wet. So as you can see there, it did come off a little bit. So I used that sticky on my pants and kind of got the a little bit of the stickiness off of it. So hoping that that second word wouldn't peel the paint off like that first one did. But no, lo and behold, it did the same thing. So, but it wasn't a big deal. I'll show you how we fixed it. And but yeah, so just go ahead and put those words on. And then we just took a little tiny brush and just a little bit of that white paint. And I just went around and cleaned up some of those areas and stuff. No big deal. No big deal, you guys. Everything is fixable. So, you know, if you've got a mistake on your project, either work with it and go with it, or, you know, try and cover it up, you know, whatever you need to do. So this ends up working out absolutely perfect. So it came out just fine. So no worries at all. So we just took that white paint and brushed it all in there, got it all fixed up, and now we have welcome aboard. Too funny. I don't know why that word looks like abroad to me, but you know, I don't know. But it's aboard. Welcome aboard. How cute is that? All right, there we have it. We've got all 3 of our DIYs done. So cute, so cute. So we went ahead and added, you know, a few of those little fairy garden things. Our little gnome in his swimsuit and sunglasses, so cute. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging with me for these DIYs. Please, please, please hit the subscribe button. I am really trying to get to the 1,000 subscribers. Oh, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching.